Okay, welcome back. Alright. I can endure all things through the power of the one who gives me strength. Philippines 4:13. I think that's my favorite Bible verse, by the way. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay. Next, we have this. Okay, we're going to start with nematodes, which are roundworms. This is a nematode. Okay. It's so hard to look at this. What is it? Oh no, Entamoeba histolytica. That one is a parasite. Entamoeba histolytica. Yeah, it's a parasite. It's a protozoa. GA infection. So Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba. So it looks like this. Okay, this is what that looks like. So it's not a worm. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. This is what it looks like. Parasite. It's not a worm. So protozoa is a one-celled animal found in most places. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a thing. It's a living thing. It's a living parasite that's not a worm. Okay. Because when I think of parasites, I always think of worms, but it's not what it is. Okay, next. So this is a roundworm, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Oh gosh, what the hell is that? Okay, guys, I'm not eating today. That's disgusting. That is nasty. What is that? What is the fear of worms? Fear of worms. Oh gosh. Hemelanthphobia, scolophobia, or wormophobia. Yep, I have this. The worms are crawling on. I feel like worms are crawling on me when I look at a freaking worm. So we're not okay. We're gonna move on. All right. Interuvius formicularis, which is a pinworm. It causes anal pruritus. Okay, it causes anal pruritus. It's diagnosed by seeing the egg by the tape test, which is figure A right here. Okay, so you see the eggs on the tape test. So the Scotch tape test shows eggs under the microscope. Okay, Scotch tape test. Scotch tape. Scotch tape test. Intermedius vermiculars. I'm showing you this so you'll never forget, okay? Oh gosh. Okay, hmm, this is what it is. So you tape. There's a tape that you put at the like you tape the anus of the kid, and then I think like the next day, you take the tape and then examine it under the microscope, and you see the eggs of the right here diagnosis of the pinworms. Oh gosh. That's the eggs. Okay. So it's spread by fecal oral route. The female pinworm lays eggs at the anus. Okay. Okay. So albendazole, that's a treatment. The mechanism of action is that it causes, the albendazole causes microtubule dysfunction in worm. Yeah, it causes a microtubule dysfunction in a worm, causing worm to become immobile and die. I mean, where is even pinworms like found? Like pinworm, where are pinworms found? Oh my goodness. Infected pinworm. This is this that is by the transferring infected pinworm eggs from the anus to someone's mouth, either by hand or so it's spread by the transfer of infected pinworm eggs from the anus to someone's mouth, either directly by hand or indirectly through contaminated clothing, bedding, food, or other articles. Yeah. Oh gosh. Although chlorine levels in pools are not high enough to kill pinworm eggs. The presence of small number of pinworm eggs in thousands of gallons of water, the amount typically found in pools. What? Oh, the small number of pinworm eggs in thousands of gallons of water. Oh, okay. A small number of pinworm eggs in thousands of gallons of water, which is the amount typically found in pools, makes the chance of infection likely. Unlikely. Okay. Okay. So you give bendazoles for this. Next is Ascaris lumbricoides, which is a giant roundworm. It may cause obstruction at the ileocecal valve, biliary obstruction, intestinal perforation, migrates from the nose and mouth. Transmission is by fecal or oral route. It is knobby coated. It has oval eggs seen in the feces under the microscope. So this is figure B right here. So it's like looks like bumps. The eggs look like bumps. Okay. Fecal oral knobby coated oval eggs seen in feces under the microscope. Okay. Treatment is bendazoles. Okay. Ascaris. Okay, this is what this looks like. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Okay, no, oops, sorry, no. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what the hell this looks like. Next, alright, may cause obstruction at ileocecal valve. Where is the ileocecal valve? Ileocecal valve. Okay, so it can obstruct. Ascaris lumbricoides can infect this part right here, ileocecal valve. So this is the rectum. Rectum, sigmoid colon, transverse colon, ascending colon. Okay, so ileocecal valve is like right here. Ileocecal valve is right here. So this is the anus, rectum, sigmoid colon, descending colon, transverse colon, ascending colon, cecum, appendix, and then ileocecal valve. So this is where the Ascaris lumbricoides likes to obstruct. It can cause biliary obstruction, intestinal perforation, and it migrates to the nose and mouth. It looks bumpy in nature, the egg. Fecal, it's spread by fecal or oral route. No, bumpy in nature. If the eggs are bumpy in nature, and it's seen in the poop under a microscope, as we saw down there. Okay. The treatment is bendazoles. So Ascaris lumbricoides, it causes respiratory symptoms. Okay. So the egg is ingested from contaminated food and water, and the larvae hatch in the intestines, go to the blood, and then go to lungs, and then to the small intestine to mature. And then it goes to the feces and restarts the cycle. So you ingest the egg from contaminated food or water, and the larvae hatch in the intestines. Yeah, the larvae hatch in the intestines, and then the larvae go to blood, and then to lungs, then to the small intestine to mature. So they make their way around your body. Intestines, blood, lungs, back to intestines. Okay, that's why it causes respiratory symptoms. Okay. Okay. Strongyloids stercoralis is a threadworm. Um, it causes duodenitis, which is inflammation of the duodenum. Pulmonary symptoms like dry cough, hemoptysis, cutaneous symptoms like pruritus, which is intense itching, hyperinfection, syndrome caused by auto-infection. Okay, I'll explain that. Um, Transmission, larvae in soil penetrates the skin. The rabitiform larvae seen in the feces under the microscope. Okay. Treatment is ivermectin or bendazoles. So what this is, hyperinfection is when threadworm can lay eggs in the intestine. Larvae repenetrate the intestinal wall, go to the blood, go to the lungs, and the strongyloids worm can cause hyperinfection. Yeah, so threadworm can lay eggs in the intestine. Larvae repenetrate intestinal wall, go to the blood, go to lungs, and strongyloids can cause hyperinfection. Okay. Rabitiform larvae. Larvae, not eggs, because it hatches in the intestine. So larvae penetrate skin or soles of the feet and then to blood, then to lungs, then to GI tract. Okay. So it goes this worm, it goes up your foot and then to the blood, then to the lungs. They are okay, like Ascaris and strongyloids, they like the lungs. And then it goes to GI tract. Okay, so this is how this one causes the strongyloids causes hyperinfection. Threadworm can lay eggs in the intestine. Larvae repenetrate intestinal wall, go to the blood, go to lungs, and strongyloids can cause hyperinfection this way. So because it repenetrates the intestines. Okay, larvae in soil penetrate skin, and then rabitiform larvae is larvae, not eggs, because it hatches in the intestine. Okay, so this is what this is: strongyloids, strongyloids, stercoralis. Okay, this is a picture of this. Okay, so the rabetiform larvae of Strongyloids stercoralis is the first stage of the parasite's life cycle. So it's like the baby form of Strongyloids stercoralis. This larvae is passed from the stool of an infected host and develop into filiform larvae or adult males and females that live freely. Okay. Okay, so larvae in the soil penetrate skin, and then the rabetiform larvae seen in the feces under a microscope. Okay. So they're saying you don't see eggs in the intestine, you see larvae. This is the worm. Remember, strangulated stercolis causes hyperinfection. In case they show you this, if you see a worm in the duodenum, um, and the patient has, remember this one causes duodenitis, this worm strongyloids, the patient has a dry cough or hemoptysis, you remember Stranguloids, stercoralis. Okay, remember that you remember as larva in the um, poop because it's larva in your intestines. 2. Okay, next one, Ancylostoma species, and Necator americanus. This one causes microcytic anemia by sucking blood from the intestinal wall, and it also causes cutaneous larva migrans, which is pruritic serpinous rash, which is like a snake-like rash for walking barefoot on contaminated beach. And transmission is by larva penetrating the skin. Treatment is bendazoles or pyrantyl pamoate. Okay, see right here, you get this kind of rash from walking on the beach. It's an itchy, snake-like rash from walking on the beach caused by hookworm. So the hookworm goes from the bloodstream to lungs to the GI tract, causing iron deficiency anemia. Okay, so the patient has iron deficiency anemia and they have a rash on their feet that looks like the one I just showed you. They have hookworm. Okay, which is Ancylostoma species or Necator americanus. Trichinella spiralis is when larvae enters the bloodstream and insists in the striated muscle. Insists in the striated muscle, and this causes myositis. Let's see, D. Figure D. This is larvae seen in the muscle, which is Trichinella spiralis. Like, I know this looks like eggs, but it's not. It's larva, especially the baby worms. Okay. Okay. Okay, so larvae enter bloodstream, insist in the striated muscle, causing myositis. Trichinosis, the fever, vomiting, nausea. It causes fever, vomiting, nausea, periorbital edema, myalgia, and you get this from undercooked meat, especially pork, and you can also get it by fecal oral route, but it's less likely. You're more likely to get this from pork or bear. Pork or bear that's undercooked. Okay. The treatment is bendazole. Next is trichuria, which is whipworm. It's often asymptomatic. You have loose stools, you have anemia, you have rectal prolapse in children. It is spread by fecal oral route, and treatment is by bendazoles. Let's say whipworm. Oops. This is whipworm. Trichuria. Okay. So this is what this is. It causes anal prolapse in kids. Okay. My goodness, this looks so bad. So, this is rectal prolapse in children due to trichuria infestation. The rectum has lost its intestinal support due to this nematode invasion, and it has emerged from the anal opening. So this is the rectum that's outside. Okay. See the number of worms atop the rectal mucosal lining. Okay, so these are worms right here. So that's what this is. Oh yeah, so this is what it looks like with worm. This is anal prolapse again in a child. The rectum is coming out because of all these worms. So it's the it has invaded the large intestine and causes. Oh my goodness. I feel numb looking at these pictures. Okay, so hopefully you never forget it, because I'm not. This is trichuria. Do not get that mixed up with trichinella spiralis. Okay, the trichuria is what causes anal prolapse in children. Yeah, it's transmitted by fecal oral route. The treatment is bendazoles, and trichinella spiralis is this. Let's see, trichinella spiralis. So this is trichinella spiralis, which you get from undercooked pork or bear meat. It launches itself into your muscles and causes myositis. Okay. All right. Next. Okay. Next we have Toxocara canis. Give me a second. Toxocara canis. This is visceral larva migrant. It causes visceral larva migrans, which is nematodes migrate to blood through the intestinal wall. Get nematodes migrate to blood through the intestinal wall, and this causes inflammation affecting the liver, eyes, and you get visual impairment and blindness. It also has CNS symptoms, so you get seizures and coma, and in the heart it can cause myocarditis, transmitted by fecal oral route. Your treatment is bendazoles. Okay. Toxocara. Okay, there you have it. 70 people are blinded. Toxocaris. Okay, so visceral larva migrans. The worms migrate to the blood through the intestinal wall because you eat the worms. And then you can get visual impairment, blindness, and seizures, coma, myocarditis. So this is found in the intestine of dogs and cats. This I have a cat and I want a dog. This is not good. Okay, so this is a parasitic roundworm found in the intestine of dogs and cats. So somehow we ingest the eggs found in cat and dog poop. That means somehow we eat the eggs and then you can get it through that. I guess when people don't wash their hands after touching cat or dog poop or like changing like their dog's cat dog or cat poop, the eggs can, because it's commonly found in their intestines, so the eggs can affect, like we can eat the eggs. That's what causes so many symptoms. Okay. That's Toxocara canis. It's a worm. It's a round worm. Round worm. That's normally found in cat and dog intestines. Intestines, and humans, we ingest the eggs. Ingest eggs from cat and dog poop. Cat and dog poop. Okay. Let's see. Onchocerca volvulus. This causes skin changes, loss of elastic fibers, river blindness, which are black skin nodules, black site. Allergic reaction is possible. This is transmitted by the female black fly. Treatment is ivermectin for river blindness. Okay, Onchocerca volvulus. So this is what this is. Oh gosh, what is this? River blindness. So this is the skin issues it can cause. Remember we said it causes skin changes, loss of elastic fibers, river blindness. Okay, so this is the skin infections it can cause. The eye disease is called river blindness. Okay. Okay, so I think the worms infect your eyes. Like, do they include your eyes? Let's see. Okay, so this is the evil thing that spreads this parasite. Okay, is the female black fly. Okay, gross. I don't like flies at all. They're so creepy looking. Yeah, no, ugh. So this thing carries this parasite and it causes multiple bites. I mean, you had to have multiple bites from it to have this disease. River blindness, you just saw. Worms in eye. So these black flies are always near like the river streams and more rural villages. After a bite, the larvae enter the blood and circulate through the body, settling under skin and forming bumps. As the parasites mature, they migrate through the body and spread to the eyes. Oh gosh. The parasite can enter all areas of life, including all areas of the eye, including the cornea, trabecular, mesoscleral, and retina. The parasite migrates to all all internal tissue of the eye, except the lens, causing eye inflammation, bleeding, and other complications that lead to blindness. Okay, yeah. So, guys, what you're seeing here, unfortunately, is parasites in the eye. You probably can't, but then that is a parasite. Look at this, right here, this is a parasite. Okay, you see that worm? But then this river blindness is seen mostly in Africa, and these are parasites in the eye, and including the eye. Okay. Right here, this is a doctor pulling a worm out of the eye. Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't do this anymore. I can't. Okay, hold on. Okay, we have 2 more parasites. No, we don't. We have more on the other side. Okay. Alright, we'll get okay, let's finish this Loa. It causes swelling in the skin, worm in the conjunctiva. Oh, we have another eye parasite. Okay, this is spread by deerfly, horsefly, or mangofly. Oh, I think I know this. I remember this. Mango flies are so gross. Oh gosh. Okay, mango flies. Okay, Okay, mango fly. This is the mango fly. I remember this because I saw a YouTube video on this where it it bites you, and then this I think they put tape or something on this, and then when it's pulled out, it's like this huge, like, is it a worm? Oh my gosh. Right here. See, and this is like, yeah, it's some kind of worm that they pull out. Like, it looks like this thing, larvae. This is like the larvae of the mango fly. What in the world? Oh my gosh. I feel ill. Like, I'm actually ill. Bye. Goodbye. All right, we're gonna finish this chapter. Lower. Okay, so this one causes eye worms. Okay, lower. Um, worm in the conjunctiva. Also, it's spread by deer fly, horsefly, mango fly, and you treat it with diethylcarbamazepine. Wucheria bancrofti. This was the one that causes elephantitis. Lymphatic filariasis. The worms invade through the lymph nodes. You have inflammation, then you have lymphedema right here, figure E right here, and symptom onset after 9 months to 1 year after this female mosquito bites you, and that's diethylcarbamazepine. So this is one of my worst fears. Wucheria bancrofti. Like, it is stuff of nightmares. That is very scary to me. Let's see, should we? Okay, I guess I can probably finish parasites. Yeah, we can go ahead and finish parasites. Don't want to revisit. Where was it? Taenia solium, guys. Okay. Taenia solium is also another one of my incredibly worst fears. Okay, this is the intestinal tapeworm. Ingestion of larvae insisted in undercooked pork. That's how you get it. Treatment is praziquantel. The disease that Taenia solium causes is cysticercosis. And what gets to your brain is called neurocysticercosis. It causes cystic lesions in the brain and seizures. You can see right here, B. So these are eggs of the Taenia solium worm in your brain, and that causes seizures. Transmission is through, like, the way you get neurocysticercosis is by ingestion of eggs in food contaminated with human feces, which we'll get into. Treatment is praziquantel, albendazole for neurocysticercosis. Okay, so Taenia solium. Taenia solium is Taenia eggs transmitted by water. Taenia solium. Taenia eggs transmitted by water contaminated with animal feces. So basically, you can get, you can drink water contaminated with Taenia eggs. That some animal pooped in. Okay, so the disease is intestinal tapeworm. So eating baby worms in undercooked pork causes this tapeworm. Transmission is by ingestion of larvae encysted in undercooked pork, which is when the larvae can survive because you didn't cook the pork long enough, and then you eat it, and then you get the tapeworm in your intestines. Treatment is praziquantel. Okay, now cysticercosis is eating of eggs in food sprayed with human poop. So cysticercosis, you eat the eggs in food. Yeah, you eat the eggs in the food. Eating eggs in food. Okay. Eating eggs in food sprayed with human poop. Okay. So transmission is by ingestion of eggs in food contaminated with human feces. ingestion of eggs in food contaminated with human feces. Yeah, eating of eggs in food sprayed with human poop. So basically, you have food. Let's say somebody didn't wash their hands. Somebody with this disease, the worm, they didn't wash their hands after they went to the bathroom to poop. Then they made you food and gave it to you. They have eggs, like from their poop, they have eggs on their hands. But this was your food with. Now you're eating it. So now you can get neurocysticosis. Or if they washed your food, like meat, with bad water, or cooked it with bad water, which is like contaminated poop water, then you can get it from that. Neurocysticosis, I'm going to show you a picture so that you'll never forget. Neurocysticosis. Okay, so these are all worms. I mean, well, eggs of worms in your brain. Right here, these are all eggs. Right here. And it causes seizures. Okay. Alright. So praziquantel for the intestine, like when you have worms in the intestine, and then if you have worms, I mean the eggs of worms in your brain, you give albendazole. Okay. Albendazole for neurocysticosis. Now, diphenhydramine is the longest tapeworm. This is what causes vitamin B12 deficiency because the tapeworm competes for B12 in the intestine and eats B12. That's how I like to think about it. Tapeworm competes for B12 in the intestine, eats B12. Therefore, the person doesn't have B12, and they get megaloblastic anemia. Transmission is by ingestion of larvae in raw freshwater fish. Treatment is praziquantel. So yeah, ingestion of worms in raw freshwater fish. Okay, so basically humans eat the fish that live in raw freshwater. They have this worm in them. That's how humans get it. You can give praziquantel or niclosamide. You see proglotid segments. You have proglotid segments seen on stool OMP. So this is what this is. So this is that. This is like the worm you get from fish, freshwater fish, and you see pro proglotid segments uh, seen in stool O&P. So when the patient poops it out, you see proglotid segments in the poop from the worm. Okay. Now we have next echinosis granulosus, which is okay. So you see hydatid cysts, which is which is eggshell classifications in the liver. The cyst rupture can cause anaphylactic shock. Okay. Figure D. Figure D is hydatid cysts, which looks like an eggshell classification. Okay, so these are type of cysts. They're known as hydatid cysts, and in the liver, it looks like eggshells in the liver. So this right here, this is the liver, and there's like these. You see these small little rounds. These are cysts in the liver. When you break it open, it looks like this, which kind of looks like an eggshell. Okay, and then the cyst, if the cysts rupture, it can cause anaphylaxis. You get this by ingestion of eggs in the food contaminated with dog feces. Yeah, you get this from. You get this from ingestion of eggs in food contaminated with dog poop. Yeah, ingestion of eggs in food. Ingestion of eggs in food contaminated with dog poop. Okay, now sheep are an intermediate host. Dogs are the definitive host, and the treatment is albendazole. Okay. Okay. So this right here, this is eggshell calcifications on cyst on liver CT. Figure E is hydatid cysts on the liver. You can see from these arrows the cyst in the liver, and which can rupture and cause anaphylactic shock. Okay. A is tinea solium right here. A is tinea solium. B is neurocysticosis. What is C? Okay, so C is echinococcus granulosus. Yeah, that is the same thing. The hydatid cyst, it causes eggshell calcification in the liver. This cyst can rupture, causing the anaphylaxis. So this is the worm. This is the tapeworm that causes hydatid cysts. I'm gonna make a note of that. So figure C is Echinococcus granulosus that cause hyatid cysts in liver. Trematodes are the organism is schistosoma. Okay, so here we're gonna go on this right here. It causes liver and spleen enlargement. There's 3 types of schistosoma. The first type is schistosoma mansoni. The second type is schistosoma japonicum. The third one is schistosoma haemotium. Alright? So what you have to know is that schistosoma causes liver and spleen enlargement. Okay. So S. mansoni is the egg with that large lateral spine. You see A, figure A, this right here. That's the spine of the egg, and it's large lateral spine. Okay, remember that. And then you get fibrosis, inflammation. Fibrosis, inflammation, portal hypertension. And then chronic infection with schistosoma haemotibium can lead to squamous cell carcinoma of the bladder. If you have squamous cell carcinoma of the bladder, this causes painless hematuria and pulmonary hypertension. So, figure B is schistosoma haemotium. Okay, that is figure B. Large terminal spine. You see that large terminal spine? Large terminal spine right here. Yeah, it's a large terminal spine. And then, that's the egg. So make sure you know where the tails on these things are. So this right here is a large lateral spine, and that's seen in schistosoma mansoni, and then schistosoma haemotium is the terminal spine. See right here? That's the terminal spine. And then, this one with the terminal spine, that is the one that causes cancer of the bladder. So remember that, because that has a lot of clinical significance. Now, next, transmission is by snails. Snails are the intermediate host. These parasites penetrate the skin of the humans in contact with contaminated freshwater, like when you go swimming or bathing in freshwater. The snails, these worms, come off the snails and go into your skin. Treatment is by paracetamol. Okay. So the last schistosoma one you have to know is schistosoma japonicum, which is an egg with a small spine. Okay. All right. Now Chloronchus sinensis. This is the one that causes biliary tract inflammation. It causes biliary tract inflammation. What is that? Biliary tract. Okay, biliary tract. Common bile duct. So it causes inflammation right here. Okay. Common bile duct. Okay. So chlorantiocynosis, it causes biliary tract inflammation. This one causes pigmented gallstones associated with cholangiocarcinoma. Okay, cholangiocarcinoma is cancer of gallbladder, right? Cholangio, oops, cholangiocarcinoma. Okay, it's cancer of the bile duct. Oh my goodness. The 5-year survival rate is 24%, even if the cancer is diagnosed at early stage. If it drops to 9% as spread has gone to regional lymph nodes, and 2% has spread to the lymph node. That's horrible. That's like probably one of the worst cancers ever. What is pancreatic cancer? Pancreatic cancer prognosis. Wow. Well, I just want to know, why is cancer so evil? Like, what is the problem with cancer? Why is it so evil? Why has nobody found a cure for cancer? Ugh. That's the thing. When we do oncology, I really hate to do oncology. I do, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay. Transmission is from undercooked fish. Clonorosis. Okay, clonorosis. Cynosis is from the transmission is by undercooked fish. Treatment is praziquantel. Now, something else you have to know is that snail is the intermediate host for Paragonymous westermani, which is a lung fluke that causes chronic cough with bloody sputum. You get it from undercooked crab meat with larvae. You see operculated eggs on OMP. So, like something else, the snail transmits a parasite that snail transmits is also called Paragonymous westermani. So this is the other parasite that the snail transmits. This one causes chronic cough and bloody sputum. And you get it from undercooked crab meat, okay? Okay. Next. Luckily, we're on the last page of parasitology. Scabies. The official name is Sarcoptes scabi. Mites burrow into the stratum corneum and causes scabies. You have pruritus, which is worse at night, and serpiginous barrow lines, which is seen in figure A, often between the fingers and toes. Okay, so this is common in children, crowded populations like jails and nursing homes, also among the homeless. Transmission through skin-to-skin contact, most common, or by fomites. Okay, fomites is like non-living things that people use. So basically, if you sit on a chair, scabies will be on that chair. Somebody with scabies sits on a chair, but the scabies will be on the chair. Somebody that uses a towel, somebody with scabies uses a towel and leave it there, scabies will be on the towel. The towel is the fomite. So treatment is with permethrin cream, washing, drying, all clothing, bedding, treat close contacts. So there's a couple things to know about scabies. It's very important because a lot of the population has scabies. I mean, let me show you how much of the. It's just something to be aware of because anyone can get scabies, and it's easily transmittable. How much of, especially among the homeless people, right? How much of population has scabies? Population has scabies. 200 people. Yeah, so around the world it affects, and 400 million people every year. I didn't get a percentage in the U.S., but it is also common in the U.S. Okay, so make sure to be familiar with this concept. The mites burrow into the stratum corneum. Okay, stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. See this stratum corneum? So this one, this is the dermis, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 layers of the epidermis. We have stratum basale, then stratum spinosum, then one, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Right? Stratum basale, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, stratum lucidum, stratum corneum. So basically, we have stratum basale, spinosum. There's a mnemonic for this. BS good LC. My dad taught me that one. Basically, BS good LC. I just like it works each time. Basically, basalis is always at the base, right? It's always at the bottom. So BS, which is spinosum. B for basale, S for spinosum. Good. G, which is granulosum. L C. L is lucidum, and then the last one, C, is corneum. So if anyone is confused, oh, by the way, this is where this area right here, that's where the scabies like to infect, which is stratum corneum. BS good LC. It works for me each time. I don't know what that is, but basically this is what the thing is, and I just remember my dad saying it because he couldn't remember the layers of the skin. But yes, B starts at the bottom for basalis, okay, which is the basal layer. Then it goes all the way up. Corneum is the outermost layer of the epidermis. Okay. All right. Next. Yeah. So the scabies rash is worse at night, and serpiginous barrows. So this is like snake-like barrows. So scabies rash. Let me show you. Scabies rash. So this is see this like you see it looks like a snake-like rash right here. They make a line. These mites they like to make kind of like a crooked-ish line. Um, yeah, and they like to infect like between the interdigits. So between your hands right here, this is where it likes to show up first. Maybe because it's soft, and then yeah, right here, and then between your toes. So remember that. Okay, that's like the classic presentation of scabies. Now, treat with permethrin cream, which is a topical cream, and you have to wash, dry all clothing and bedding. You have to before like when you get up in the morning, you have to throw your clothes in the washing machine and drying, and then you dry it. You have to zip up everything and leave it there because scabies they eventually die without humans to feed on. Then you have to eat everybody in the house. Okay, now Pediculus humanus, Prithyris pubis. All right, so this is a blood-sucking lice that causes intense pruritus with associated excoriations, commonly on scalp and neck, waistband and axilla, or pubic and perianal regions. So this is lice, guys. So body lice can transmit Rickettsia prowazekii, which is the epidemic typhus, and Borrelia recurrentis, which is relapsing fever, and Bartonella quintana, which is trench fever. Okay, treatment is pyrethroids, malathion, ivermectin lotion, and combing. So basically combing out your hair. And then children with head lice can be treated at home without interrupting school attendance. Okay. All right. So this is the head lice. Okay. This is the head lice. It's pretty common. Yeah, this lice can transmit Rickettsia prowazekii, which is like the bad fever. That one's that's fatal. I mean, almost, yeah, it can be very fatal if you leave it untreated. That's the one with a super high fever, and Borrelia recurrentis, which is relapsing fever, and Bartonella quintana, which is trench fever. You treat with ivermectin lotion, nicoming, malathion, pyrethroids for body lice. I mean head lice, body lice. All right. What is trench fever? Trench fever is. Trench fever is. Trench fever is a disease caused by bacteria. Trench fever is a disease caused by bacterium Bartonella quintana that is transmitted by body lice. Okay, caused by bacterium Bartonella. It's a disease caused by bacterium Bartonella that is transmitted by body lice, also known as a 5-day fever. Okay, so it's transmitted by body lice, and the organism is Bartonella quintana. So basically, the lice transmits this other organism, Bartonella quintana, that causes trench fever. Okay. So, parasite hints. Okay, here's some hints you have to know. Biliary tract disease, cholangiocarcinoma. So, biliary tract disease or cancer of the bile duct. This is caused by Clonorchis sinensis. Okay, that is the one you get from fish, like as undercooked fish. Snails are the intermediate host, and you get it from undercooked fish, which can give us biliary tract inflammation, which leads to biliary tract fibrosis, which leads to cholangiocarcinoma. Don't eat raw fish. Okay, all right. Just think sinister. Sinnesis. So think sinister, because this crap over here, cholangiocarcinoma, that shit is serious. That's like fatal. So think of colonosis, sinnesis. Yep. Sinister. Think of gallbladder cancer, which is sinister. And don't eat raw fish. Okay. Brain cyst seizures. You should know I gave you so many pictures of this. Neurocystic necrosis caused by Tunisolia, which is the pork tapeworm. And then you have hematuria, squamous cell bladder carcinoma. This is caused by schistosoma hematobium. Okay, schistosoma hematobium. That is the one that causes squamous cell carcinoma. Okay, what does schistosoma mansoni do? That causes fibrosis of liver, inflammation, and portal hypertension. That mansoni, that one attacks the liver. Okay. But schistosoma hematobium affects the bladder, causing squamous cell carcinoma. All right. Now, liver hyatidid cysts. Think Echinococcus granulosus, which is the how do you get that one? Yeah, that's from dogs. You ingest eggs in food contaminated with dog poop. Okay. Okay, what is it? Echinococcus. I think canine. Canine coccus. Canine. I guess they can sound kind of similar. Echinococcus granulosus. Okay. Echinococcus granulosus. Think liver. It's the one that causes liver cysts. Okay. Okay. So ancylostoma necator. That's the one that causes B12. No, sorry, microcytic anemia, which is iron deficiency anemia. Okay, iron deficiency anemia. Because ancylostoma necator americanus both causes microcytic anemia by sucking blood from the intestinal wall. Okay. All right. The one that causes B12 deficiency is the diphenylbothrium latum. That causes B12 deficiency. That's from ingestion of larvae in raw freshwater fish. That's from eating freshwater fish. Okay. Next, we did microcytic anemia. Myalgias periorbital edema. This is from Trichinella spiralis. That's from undercooked bear meat. Okay. Myalgias, periorbital edema, and then perianal pruritus. You should never forget this. This is the Scotch tape test. So this is Enterobius vermicularis. It causes extreme itchiness in your anus. Okay, Enterobius vermicularis. Enterobius vermicularis. Okay, now if you have portal tension, think Schistosoma mansani and Schistosoma japanucum. Okay? Okay. Small sign causes portal hypertension. Hematobium. Okay, yeah. So Schistosoma mansani and Schistosoma japanucum. Yeah, they both cause portal hypertension. Causes portal hypertension. Okay, now vitamin B12 is from Diphyllobrothium latum. Alright. Okay, so yeah, so this one, portal hypertension, Schistosoma mansoni and Schistosoma japanucum causes portal hypertension. Now, this other one, Schistosoma hematobium causes hematuria and squamous cell carcinoma of the bladder. Think of this because one of the symptoms of squamous cell bladder cancer is hematuria, painless bleeding into the urine. So hematobi, think heme. All right, think heme causes blood in the urine. Where do you and that's a symptom of squamous cell cancer of the bladder. All right, next. Okay, we are done. We are done with parasitology. See you next video.